Well, howdy folks, Johnny Depp was at Comic-Con just last week, and he announced his craziest role yet. But hold your horses, cause this ain't no movie. I'm gonna show you why this here transformation into Mister Hyde is more shocking than anything he's done before. And no, this ain't another Pirates of the Caribbean. This is something much darker and far more personal.
Dear gentle reader, it is time that I tell my side of the story. On Halloween Eve, a relentless melancholy enveloped me, for I realized I was the only living thing walking amongst the dead. I saw that every grimy corner of the city was filled with listless, lifeless automatons. And I wondered, why do they not all just kill themselves? What do you want? What a beautiful dress. Shall we play some bridge, Mother?
Howdy, it's Name. If you follow Hollywood news, you know Johnny Depp is going through the biggest transformation of his career. But what no one's saying publicly is just how personal this Hyde project is for him.
The madness.
For the past 3 years, I've tracked every step of his comeback, and what he's doing with Ridley Scott is no accident. It's a strategy. Today, I'll explain why this graphic novel is actually a genius move, how Johnny is using his past as inspiration, and why this will change perceptions of him forever. But first, you need to understand who Mr. Hyde truly is in this version.
A fearsome brute. Keep your trap shut, monkey boy. Back to business. I'm on to something.
But wait, this isn't the Hyde you know from school. Classic story? Dr. Jekyll drinks a potion, becomes evil Hyde, end of story. Boring? Johnny's version? Dear gentle reader, it is time that I tell my side of the story. I realized I was the only living thing walking amongst the dead. Hear the difference? This isn't simple good versus evil. This is a psychological thriller about a man who sees the world for what it truly is, full of listless, lifeless automatons, as he says in the trailer. And here's why it's perfect for Johnny. He spent his entire life playing outsiders, characters who see the world differently. Edward Scissorhands, the Mad Hatter, Sweeney Todd. They all isolated themselves from society. Hyde is just the most honest version of that theme. But why a graphic novel? Why not a movie straight away? Here's the genius strategy. First, control. In Hollywood, studios control everything. Here, Johnny is creating the character, not just acting it. Second, cost. A graphic novel costs $50,000 to make. A movie, $50 million. According to sources close to the project, Johnny is sketching how Hyde should move, how he should look, how he should feel on the page. Can you imagine Johnny Depp drawing his own monster at 2 a.m? That's passion. And third, speed. The graphic novel is out this Halloween, October 31st. A movie? 3 years minimum. Johnny is sending a message, I'm back, and I'm not waiting for your permission. But here's why this is a serious move, not just a creative hobby. Ridley Scott, the man who made Alien, Blade Runner, Gladiator, he doesn't just sign on to projects by chance. His role as executive producer? To ensure every page has cinematic weight. According to Variety, the graphic novel will launch later this year, with a series of graphic novels on Halloween. And insiders are already whispering that Hyde won't stay on the page forever. So, the formula is, Johnny creates the character, the graphic novel tests the market, Ridley preps the visual world, and the movie becomes inevitable. This isn't a graphic novel. This is the most expensive film pilot in history. But here's what's truly fascinating. Why Hyde specifically? Johnny has spent his whole life as a public figure hiding his true nature. Paparazzi, court battles, public humiliation. In my left eye, I saw a city mild in the bleak misery. From my right eye, I saw a city glowing with the eternal fire of ingenuity. That wasn't written by chance. It's autobiographical. The project was created by Mechanical Cake CEO Jesse Magron, but Johnny isn't just an actor. Depp, Scott, and Mechanical Cake will jointly own the project. The left eye, Hollywood that wrote him off. The right eye, the creative world that still wants him. In recent years, Johnny lost major roles, went through a public battle with Amber Heard, and retreated from mainstream Hollywood. But now, he's selling paintings for millions, touring with Jeff Beck, and creating his own anti-hero. Hyde isn't just a character, it's Johnny's message to the world. You see me as a villain? Great, I'll show you how a real villain is made. But why does this matter to you who might not follow Johnny or graphic novels? Because this is a template for how you come back after being written off. Instead of begging studios for a chance, he's creating his own content, partnering with a legend, using a medium that's exploding. Graphic novels are now a $1.02 industry, building towards a movie, but not dependent on it. That's what every creative can learn. Don't wait for permission. Make your own opportunity. And when you hear Hyde say, "It was then that I knew I was ready to work," that's not the character speaking. That's Johnny. So, to recap, Johnny Depp didn't just make a graphic novel, he made a manifesto of his comeback. Hyde isn't just a reimagining of Dr. Jekyll's story, it's the most personal transformation of his career. And Ridley Scott isn't there by chance. He's setting the stage for the biggest comeback in Hollywood history. The question is, are you ready to see Johnny as a creator, not just an actor? Leave a comment. Do you think Hyde will be better as a graphic novel or as a film? If you're curious about Johnny's visual art, and if you love analyses of creative moves like this, subscribe and hit the bell. And finally, we all have shadows we try to hide. Maybe the courage to explore those shadows is what makes you unforgettable. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.